Have you ever felt like the life you dream about, one full of wealth, freedom, and true abundance, is so close you can almost touch it, yet somehow always just out of reach? If you have, I want you to lean in and pay close attention, because in this video, I'm going to reveal a powerful secret. You are only one thought away from becoming rich. And I don't mean rich in some vague or generic sense. I mean real, concrete financial abundance. A life where you no longer feel stressed about money. A life where your biggest decisions come from your passions, not your fears. Sounds impossible? It's not. The distance between you and that reality is much smaller than you imagine. And it all comes down to the thoughts you choose to embrace. When most people hear that becoming wealthy is just one thought away, they laugh. They assume it must be more complicated, like grinding every single day, making sacrifices forever, or being born into money. But here's what most people don't realize. Your thoughts create your habits. Your habits shape your behavior, and your behavior designs your future. Every action, every choice you make, began as a thought. And here's the most powerful part. You can change your thoughts at any moment. Right now, as you listen to this, you could choose to accept new, empowering thoughts. These thoughts can completely transform your reality. Here's the truth that wealthy, successful people live by. Most of them consciously choose thoughts that align with abundance. They don't focus on scarcity, fear, or limitations. Instead, they believe that more is possible, that they deserve wealth, that their talents can produce value and generate income. That thought, repeated and nurtured every day, grows into a mindset so strong it cannot help but manifest as real-world results. And this is where most people trip up. They wait for money to come first, hoping that their beliefs will change after they see the numbers in their bank account. But it works the opposite way around. Your thoughts change first. Then, your reality catches up. And if you're ready to take that first step right now, to shift your thoughts and truly embrace the wealthy version of yourself, I invite you to do something powerful. Join a supportive community of like-minded people who are rewriting their thoughts and rewriting their futures. Plus, when you sign up, you'll get instant access to a free wealth-building checklist to help you stay on track. And remember to share this video with someone you care about. The more people who embrace this mindset, the greater the ripple effect. And together, we can create a world of abundance and possibility. Now that you know what separates the rich from those who stay stuck in lack, let's go even deeper. Imagine waking up every morning with the unshakable belief that every action you take is bringing you closer to your financial goals. Imagine seeing opportunities clearly because your thoughts are tuned into prosperity. Imagine becoming a magnet for wealth simply because your thoughts vibrate at that level. This is not some airy fantasy. This is what happens when you intentionally shift your thinking. What you focus on expands. Focus on lack, and you'll see lack everywhere. Focus on wealth, and you'll notice possibilities, connections, and new ideas you never noticed before. That is the power of one thought. And here's something most people don't realize. When you practice this kind of thinking long enough, your subconscious accepts it as your new reality. Then your subconscious mind, which is responsible for most of your decisions, will work to make sure your external world matches your inner world. That's why successful people seem to attract money easily, as if by magic. They've programmed themselves to expect wealth, and their subconscious works around the clock to make sure they receive what they believe they deserve. But this is just the beginning of your journey. In the next part of this video, we'll dive into the exact steps you need to take to rewire your thoughts and the simple exercises you can do every day to become wealthy starting today. So, let's talk about what those daily exercises look like. Imagine spending just 5 to 10 minutes each morning intentionally shaping your thoughts, choosing them carefully the way an artist selects the perfect colors for a masterpiece. The first thing to do is become aware of your most common thoughts about money. Do you often catch yourself thinking, "I can't afford that," or "Rich people are lucky, and I'm not"? These kinds of thoughts act like barriers, pushing wealth away without you even realizing it. Once you recognize these thoughts, it's time to replace them. Every time you catch yourself entertaining a scarcity thought, stop and flip it into one of abundance. Instead of, "I can't afford that," you practice telling yourself, "I'm creating a path toward greater income every day." Instead of believing that luck is against you, say, "I am becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts opportunity." And here's the thing, you don't have to believe these new thoughts completely at first. Just repeat them. Give your mind permission to embrace new ideas. Little by little, those new thoughts will feel more real. They will begin to sink into your subconscious, and that's when magic happens. Your subconscious is like a fertile garden. Every thought you plant grows into something that will eventually produce results. Plant thoughts of fear and limitation, and that's the crop you harvest. But when you plant thoughts of wealth, of creativity, of abundance, those thoughts grow too, becoming sturdy trees of opportunity that offer you shade, fruit, and shelter for years to come. That's exactly why billionaires, successful entrepreneurs, and inventors seem to move with unstoppable momentum. It's not luck. It's not an accident. It's because they've been cultivating these thoughts for a long time. They've been watering that garden every day with belief and certainty, knowing that one thought, one idea, can change everything. And it's not just about money. This kind of thinking changes the way you see yourself and the world. When you believe wealth is accessible to you, you also believe that you are worthy of it. That subtle shift raises your confidence, enhances your relationships, and empowers you to take action in ways you never thought possible. Here's a quick, powerful practice you can do today. Find a quiet spot. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine yourself 6 months or 1 year from now. See yourself living the life you truly want, not as some vague daydream, but as a clear, vivid reality. Notice every detail. What does your house look like? What are you wearing? Who is there with you? What's the expression on your face? And most importantly, how do you feel? That feeling, that sense of knowing you're already there, is the most important part of this process. Because your thoughts don't just impact your decisions, they shape your emotions. And emotions, they are the fuel that drives action. Once you feel wealthy and abundant in your heart, you begin to act like someone who is wealthy and abundant. You make bolder choices, you recognize better opportunities, and you take inspired action without hesitation. And those actions are what eventually cause money to flow into your life. But you cannot skip the first step, which is creating the thought that wealth is your natural state of being. And here's one more thing most people never realize. This process compounds. The more you practice this kind of thinking, the more your subconscious absorbs it. The more your subconscious absorbs it, the faster your behaviors change. The faster your behaviors change, the more opportunities show up around you. It's a cycle, a virtuous cycle, where each small thought lays a new foundation for something greater. But you don't have to wait for some far-off someday. You can start right here, right now. Even one empowering thought is enough to change the entire trajectory of your day. And if you do this every single day, Imagine the momentum you'll build. Think about this for a moment. Every big financial breakthrough, every successful business, every life-altering career change, every new opportunity that changed someone's destiny started with one thought that challenged the status quo, one thought that whispered, "Why not me?" That thought is so powerful because it cracks open the door just enough for a new reality to slip through. That's why you must guard your thoughts carefully. The thoughts you let roam unchecked in your mind every single day will either imprison you in the same routine or set you free to explore new possibilities. It's a daily choice. It's a discipline. And over time, that discipline becomes a habit, one that will draw wealth to you like a magnet. And let me be very clear, this is not about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring real-world circumstances. It's about training your mind to see solutions instead of obstacles. It's about rewiring your inner dialogue so that you become your own greatest ally rather than your most stubborn enemy. Imagine waking up each morning and your first thought is not stress or worry, but gratitude and expectation. Gratitude for the money you already have, no matter how small, and expectation for the money that is coming your way. That simple shift can feel radical at first, but it is exactly the kind of thought that paves the way for abundance. And that's where most people get stuck. They wait to feel abundant only after they see money appear. But as you're learning right now, the truth is precisely the opposite. Abundance follows the thought, not the other way around. Think rich thoughts. Speak rich words. See rich images in your mind. And, most importantly, feel rich in your heart. Do this every single day, and you will discover, sooner than you ever imagined, that your outer world begins to match your inner world. And it's not just theory. Neuroscientists have studied the brain and proven that we literally change our brain's wiring, the network of neurons, when we practice new thoughts. Practicing wealthy thoughts strengthens the connections that allow you to recognize opportunities, make better decisions, and embrace the actions that produce wealth. It's not magic. It's biology. That means you can practice your way into abundance, just like an athlete trains their way to victory. Here's a small but powerful challenge for you. One you can start tonight before you go to bed. Find a journal or simply a blank piece of paper. Write down this one sentence at the top of the page. I am one thought away from becoming rich. Then, under that sentence, list 3 thoughts you can begin practicing immediately. Thoughts like, money flows to me in increasing amounts, or I am worthy of prosperity, or even, every day my financial situation improves. Keep this list by your bedside. Read it each morning and every night. This is the seed you are planting in your subconscious. And like all seeds, it will take a little time to germinate. But once it does, it will grow into something truly life-changing. Patience and consistency are your superpowers here. And this is the most exciting part. Once you make this practice part of your daily ritual, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts in your experience almost immediately. Maybe you'll catch yourself feeling more hopeful. Maybe an unexpected opportunity will show up. Maybe someone will reach out with a new business idea, or you'll stumble upon a skill you never realized you had. That is the evidence that your thoughts are starting to do their work beneath the surface, reorganizing the pieces of your life into a new, wealthier pattern. And that is exactly what this entire process is about. Creating a new pattern that matches the prosperous version of you who already exists in your imagination. And as you continue this practice, day after day, something remarkable will begin to happen. The thoughts that once felt forced or unfamiliar will start to feel natural. What was once simply a hopeful mantra will take on the weight of conviction. That's because repetition rewires your subconscious. You will have planted the seed of a new belief so firmly that it cannot help but take root. And as that belief grows stronger, you will begin to recognize opportunities you never noticed before. It's as if a veil is lifting from your eyes. The world around you, the same world you walked through yesterday, will seem richer with possibilities, brimming with people to connect with, new ideas to explore, and avenues of wealth you previously overlooked. That's the secret so few people understand. Wealth is often less about chasing something outside of you and more about becoming someone different inside. When you change your thoughts, you change who you are. And when you change who you are, the world must respond in kind. Here's another practice to help you deepen this transformation. Every morning, after you read your list of empowering thoughts, close your eyes and visualize yourself stepping into a version of your life where your goals have already been achieved. See yourself moving confidently through your day. Hear the conversations you'd have. Picture the kinds of decisions you'd make with ease. Decisions based on abundance, not fear. Immerse yourself in this vision so fully that you can feel the energy in your chest rise up like a powerful current. This is one of the most potent tools you have, and it's always available to you. By repeatedly choosing this kind of inner focus, you send a strong signal to your subconscious. This is who we are now. This is the life we are creating. And here's the beautiful part. Your subconscious will work tirelessly, day and night, to make sure your outer world catches up to this inner image. It will nudge you toward new habits and new decisions. It will help you recognize ideas you would have overlooked yesterday. It will embolden you to say yes to opportunities that you might have been too cautious to accept before. And yes, this will require consistency. It will require practice. But every single moment you dedicate to cultivating these thoughts is an investment into your most valuable asset, your mind. Unlike any other investment, the returns compound faster and more reliably than anything else you could put your time and energy into. And what happens when you begin to see those returns? When you notice that your financial reality is shifting to match your thoughts? That's when the true magic of this process reveals itself. Because once you experience your first breakthrough, no matter how small, your belief grows even stronger. That belief reinforces your thoughts strengthen your actions, and your actions produce even bigger results. Before long, you'll realize that becoming wealthy was never a matter of luck. It was a matter of deliberate creation, one thought at a time. And let me leave you with this powerful reminder before we go deeper. None of this depends on your current circumstances. It doesn't matter where you started, what mistakes you might have made, or what obstacles you faced yesterday. Every thought is a new beginning. Every thought is an invitation to transform your future. And when you embrace that invitation fully, you'll discover that wealth, true wealth, was always just one thought away. And as this new understanding settles into your heart, take a moment to appreciate just how empowering this is. It means that your past does not define your future. Every morning that you wake up, you have the opportunity to choose thoughts that align with the wealthy, abundant life you truly want. Every moment is a fresh chance to say, "This is who I am becoming." And remember, every great fortune in history, every successful person you admire, began with one thought just like yours. They decided that the world could look different for them. They decided that they were worthy of more. They decided to believe in their potential before there was any proof, before there was any guarantee. That single, courageous thought was the first spark that set their entire life on fire with possibility. So let me ask you this. What is the thought you will choose right now? Will you choose a thought of lack or a thought of plenty? Will you choose to believe that it's impossible, or that you're already halfway there, simply because you believe you can be? The beauty is that this decision is entirely yours. Right here, right now. And when you do make that decision, when you choose to embrace one empowering thought and repeat it with faith, that's when you'll begin to see doors open. Conversations will take on new meaning. You'll find yourself meeting people who can help you along your path. Even the challenges you face will feel different because you'll recognize them as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. That is what happens when you align your inner world with the wealth you want to create. That is what happens when you understand that you truly are one thought away. And here's the most exciting part. This is only the beginning. Every thought you practice is like a small pebble dropped into a still lake. Its ripples travel outward, expanding into every corner of your life. Your career, your relationships, your health, your sense of self-worth. Every tiny ripple moves you closer to a life that feels not just richer, but freer, fuller, and more authentic. And if you stick with it, if you practice these thoughts every day, one morning you will wake up and realize that the reality around you matches the reality you've held in your mind. It will feel natural, as if it were always meant to be. That's because, in a very real way, it was. It was simply waiting for you to believe in it. And that's why I encourage you, right after this video ends, to take action. Don't wait for tomorrow. Write down one thought that resonates most deeply with you. Say it out loud. Repeat it as you go about your day. Let it take root and grow. And I'd love to hear what thought you choose. Let me know in the comments below. What is the one empowering thought you're going to embrace starting today? Tell me what wealth looks like to you. Tell me the belief you want to nurture. Because sharing it will make it even more real, and seeing other people's thoughts will inspire you further. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who also deserves to live an abundant life. Together, we can remind each other that becoming wealthy isn't a far-off dream. It's a present reality that we can step into. One thought at a time. Your thoughts matter. Your dreams matter. And you matter. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, you're one thought away from becoming rich. So choose wisely.